Yes, the second one, my lord, is still, the infringer is F Ntuli. The cell phone number is still the same, 073-305-9202. The vehicle in question is a VW Polo, gray in color. The date of infringement is 2016-03-20. And the ID number, my lord, it's 86 as I've placed it, 011-056-12086. And then the vehicle license number in question, my lord, was CT79YZGP. And the residential address of the infringer is 87 Dube Street, Waiteville, Benoni.
Thank you. If we can revert to Exhibit EE in brackets 3, the Capitec bank statements. Can you just place the name of the account holder on record, the address and cell phone number?
The account holder, the surname is Ntuli Sifihlokuse, ID number 86-011-056-12086. The address, my lord. So the address, my lord, is listed as 3950 Nongoma Usutu Ndengeni Nongoma, KwaZulu-Natal, and the cell phone number is 073-305-9205. That's it, my lord. That's it.
Yes, you can go further down in the document. There's an address.
The address, my lord, simply says Waiteville. I see there's Waiteville, 87 Dube Street.
And the cell phone number?
The cell phone number is 073-305-9202. Yes.
If we can, thank you. If we can revert to Exhibit EE in brackets 8, the ABSA bank statement. Place on records the other parts.
So the other parts, I suppose, my lord, it will be the address, which is still the same, 87 Dube Street, Waiteville. The code is 1501.
Just the name of the person for the sake of the record.
All right.
Account holder.
Yes, the account holder is Ntuli F. Then it says Sifihlokuse Ntuli is a male. ID number 86-011-058-12086. Talks about the nationality, which is described, my lord. Then it says address 87 Dube Street. The cell phone number, Waiteville, 1501. Cell phone number 073-305-9202. Yes, that's basically that. Then it says correspondence language. Then it says English at the bottom.
And the date at the bottom.
The date is 2013-04-24, my lord. So 2013, April the 24th. Time it's 13:20, 18 seconds.
Thank you. Now, during these proceedings, an exhibit has been handed up. It's Exhibit G in brackets 1. These are Section 205 statements. And it is not in dispute that the number that is mentioned here is associated with the instrument that was used by accused number 3. I think you also referred in your evidence to a cell phone that was found in possession of accused number 3.
Yes, in 2015, my lord, in February.
There is that number on record.
So the number, my lord, it's the number, my lord, it's +2772 766 8169. Yes, that's the number, my lord.
Just repeat that number again.
+27. I'm reading it as it is, my lord. It's basically 27726. 766 8169. So it's 2772 766 8169.
Now, in these proceedings, Lieutenant Colonel Stein testified twice during the course of last year, and he was recently recalled in August of this year, 2024. Is that correct?
That is correct, my lord. I'm aware that he had to come back for the second time.
He also initially testified in August of 2023.
Yes, I'm not sure about the date, but I know, yes, he testified in 2023, my lord.
And what is his role now? Is he still in active service?
No, my lord, he has since retired from November of last year. He's on pension.
Did he play any role in the investigation of this matter?
Yes, he did, my lord. So during the stage, and I'm going to the role that he played, after the profiling and the identification of the accused, 1 up to 5, my lord, one then utilized his services as an analyst because he's a cell phone analyst. So I asked him to assist after giving him what I had, which comprised of the details in terms of the names, the ID numbers that were obtained through the profiling system.
Just a minute.
So I gave him the accused details, my lord, as well as the numbers that will appear on their profile for him to analyze further and get me more information insofar as the links to these names.
Oh no, I'm here. I haven't disappeared. I was just waiting, okay, waiting on the brigadier, to get the attention that he needs from Baloyi, that they get to where they're going, because their train is moving really slow. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the red polo that was moving so slow, but it was headed towards the hospital. It was going so slow at night over there in Foslores. So Brigadier Gininda and Baloyi are in pursuit of explaining, or should I say, corroborating Colonel Stein, retired Colonel Stein, who had to come back because the numbers were not matching. Okay, the cooking had gone really bad and they needed to drag him out of medical retirement, that he had to come, absolutely had to come to speak to us. And this is where he spoke with his chest about the +2 hours, and he referenced it to a rugby game that is being played in New Zealand. And you know what, Asikolapo, let me not digress. Basically, they trying to corroborate that there is no cooking. Stein is an expert. He's worked for the South African Police Services for X number of years, and he had an honorable discharge. Okay, so basically, anything that Stein said, my lord, please take it into record. It corroborates. I gave him the numbers, and where did I get the numbers? I didn't just pull out the numbers out of a hat. I got the numbers from the bank statements, and also you saw it on the ticket as well, that accused number 5, Fisiguhle and Tuli, received, from the traffic department. The phone numbers are corroborating. And then, do you remember the part where my lord asked him to repeat the number? Gininda couldn't believe that my lord is actually paying attention. While I have the court's attention, let me address him. I mean, you could tell he was so excited. It was like a kid in the candy store. Crazy business to me. But you know what? He is a brigadier, okay? He is a brigadier. So he didn't just get there. He didn't just get to that rank. He knows how to play the system, okay? He knows what he's doing. Do not sleep on Brigadier Gininda. He has been at this for a while. He knows what he is doing, allegedly, okay? So now they are at Stein's statement. both statements, the first and the second. Yes, I'm well aware. I'm well aware. He's been here twice. What do you want me to tell you? Because I'm about to sing like a canary. Let's get back into it.
The primary task at that stage, my lord, because one did not have the section 205 of 2014 at that stage when I took over, the waiting period of 3 years had lapsed. So one was working on establishing whether there is a link between these accused to see, or rather the names that were given to me, to establish whether they know each other in order to corroborate what was contained in Exhibit JJ and HH. But furthermore, my lord, I also gave him the data, that is now the cell phone communications that were in the docket, that was done for all the people who were in the house at the time. In other words, all applications that were in the docket when I received the docket, including the downloadings, I gave it to him to also look at that. My lord, but my request to him as I was ending these things that I received on the docket was firstly to authenticate the data that I was giving him, because he was an expert, to say, before you give me the end results as to whether, whatever you find, please authenticate, check the authenticity of this data, and then you can work on it. The report I got, my lord, is that one, they were authenticated. Secondly, then, that there was a link between the accused. And then thirdly, in his report, I recall that he said he also, on the downloads, find the link between accused 5 and Ms. Kelly Khumalo. So, my lord, that is the role, in essence, that he played up to the time when he was approaching his retirement date.
Sorry, just before you proceed, if you say he found a link between the accused, what do you mean?
My lord, he informed me, so one will not, the report I got from him, and in summary, was that he could establish the link between the accused, that they are communicating with each other and they know each other. And I'm not quoting him verbatim, my lord, but I'm saying the essence was that there is a link between these accused. That's the essence of the report he gave me. Further disposed that, my lord, in the form of a statement. I think there was also disc of his findings and his spider web matching, all the expertise that they used there. In addition to that, my lord, I also asked him, other than just the analysis, but also, not only to check also the 205, but also to analyze the downloads of the cell phone that was seized from accused number 3 in 2015.
Ngaphelele nje kulokho ke okunye ngamcela kodwa ke ukuthi ke acwaningeke lokho okwatholaka noma ke ama downloads lawo atholakala ku makhalekhukhwini wakhe umsolo wesithathu ngo2015.
And that was in addition to Sergeant Mabaso as well, who was also working on that analysis, my lord, from the war room. Perhaps, my lord, while I deal with the downloads, it may be prudent just to take it back to say these downloads, they were initial, and I want to take it back when this incident happened in 2014 on the 26th of October. What transpired, and basically talking to the existence of the downloads, what transpired after the incident happened, the investigation team at that time seized the cell phones from all the people who were inside the house, and Lieutenant Colonel Nidling is the one who took control of those cell phones. Thereafter, my lord, the said cell phones, including the one of Ms. Kelly Khumalo, were then handed over to Captain Mushwana, who was part of that team at the time. Then the downloads, my lord, were done during that period, my lord, including on the cell phone of Ms. Kelly Khumalo. So it was done there, stored, fast-tracking to 2020 when we came on board, or when rather Colonel Stein came on board and asked to analyze. Then he was able to take those downloads, analyze them, and then link the numbers that he saw there of one of these accused with Ms. Kelly Khumalo. But the actual downloads, the actual was done in 2014, basically the same night, a few hours after the incident happened, my lord. So the essence of what I'm saying, my lord, is that what Colonel Stein established on his analysis was the downloads that was done back that time. It's not something new that he created. It was done back in 2014, few hours after the incident happened. The only difficulty that the police at the time had, they did not have sight of accused number 3, number 5 in particular, where the number was recovered, but the number was there. When we fast-tracking to 2020, when Colonel Stein comes on board, profiling of accused number 5 was already at hand, and he was able now to say, I can see this number, on 2 different dates. That's my recollection, my lord.
Yes, which were those occasions where there was contact between accused number 5 and Ms. Kelly KHUMALO?
My lord, according to my recollection, the first date was the 2nd of August, 2014, and the second date is 15 October 2015. That's my recollection of the report he gave me, my lord.
15 October.
2014.
Now, in what format was this downloaded data stored?
My lord, I don't have expertise, so I'd rather not want to venture there. All I know, when I received the docket, it was in a DIX format, compact disc, and I forwarded it in that format, my lord, to him. But ask him to authenticate. So I do know that he then authenticated it through his means and found the data that corresponds with what was contained in the docket. Same with the section 205, my lord, they were in a DIX format, but same process. I said he must authenticate them because I wanted him to work on something that is authentic, seeing that the docket is exchanged various hands, just to make sure that we work on credible and reliable data.
Now, what happened when Lieutenant Colonel Stein went on retirement?
My lord, just before he went on retirement, just close to those months, I then requested Lieutenant Colonel House to assist. At the time, I do know that what was pressing was the analysis of cell phones related to accused 1 and 2. I remember that was the pressing issue, but fast-tracking from there, my lord, he ended inheriting the entire data and the whole thing that Kenneth Stein did.
Yes, and what role did he play?
Well, Lieutenant Colonel House, my lord, played the same role that Kenneth Stein was playing. He's an analyst, cell phone analyst. He was basically asked to do the same thing or to confirm the work that was done by Kenneth Stein. He played the same role, my lord. But also, my lord, in addition to the analysis that he was doing, I think in relation, initially, as I said, it was in relation to accused 1 and 2 in terms of the data, the cell phone that was available, but also to see if he could establish a link with the other accused, my lord. Now, my lord, what is also prudent to mention here is that although the 205, because I recall the 205 that both analysts were working on, were either 2019 or 2018, so it was out of the period of the incident when it happened in 2014, and we could not get those records at that time when we took over. What was important to collaborate this document was the relationship, as I said, because names are mentioned, and one wanted to know that do these people know each other? Is there a link, as they are mentioned, that this is calling this one, they are discussion and so forth, and that was established.
Now, if you say the section 205s that you received were outside the period, from which period until which period were they?
My lord, I wouldn't remember from the top of my head, but what I know is that we couldn't get the periods for this accused. In other words, I did not personally apply for section 205 that I received of 2014. We couldn't get that because the window period of 3 years had lapsed. So we had to work with what we've got. I think we could go in so far as 2018 or 15, and others were pulling them on the information that was there on the case file. I do know that the closest one that took us to 2014 was brought to my attention when Miss Pinky Bettellingham was testifying. It was the first time I heard about it. We had no sight of it prior to that.
Which date are you referring to?
The one of 2014 October in specific, my lord, is the data with regard to a cell phone number of accused number 3. And it covers the period of this incident. In other words, the 26th of October 2014, although it was applied for unrelated matter, my lord. In other words, not for this case.
And you've mentioned that you became aware of this data when Ms. Pinky Bettellingham testified. When was that?
I think it was during her time, my lord, when she was in this court, sometime this year, when she was dealing with and consulting with the state advocate. It's the only, that time the state advocate brought it to my attention that there is this data that was available. I was not aware of it.
I just want to show you again GG in brackets 3.
It's GG1.
Yes.
GG.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Can you identify it? Section 2.5 for which number?
The number that is depicted here, my lord, is that 0727669189, my lord. That is a number linked to accused number 3, my lord.
Now, you mentioned that you became aware of the data in 2014 data when Miss, or the cell phone data of accused number 3, when Miss Pinky Fillingham testified in this year in these proceedings.
That's correct, my lord. It was just around when she was consulting with the state advocate regarding this her testimony.
Is that exhibit triple G in brackets 1, is that the data that you're referring to that you became aware
Okay, let me
recently?
Let me check the dates, my lord. Yes, it is, my lord, because it says the data of 2014, my lord, and it covers. The court can just bear with me. Yes, it is the same data, my lord, because it goes up to the 26th of October 2014, my lord.
God please, my lord. We were just about to start a new topic. Will this be an appropriate time to adjourn for the day? It's 15:22.
Okay, fine.
Unfortunately for me, the cooperation with Stain and Host and the downloads did not work out, and the downloads did not work out in this session. You can hear it as well in Gininda's voice. He is not as confident as he normally likes to display himself. He's taking many long pauses to verify the data and look through it and see where he is going to go with it. And that was pretty interesting for me. Of interest as well is the reactions of accused number 3, 4, and 5. Listen, it is a good thing that those correctional services officers are in the building, because you can feel or see the tension in their faces, clenched jaws. They are shocked at what is going on. Even though this is not new information, it is just shocking that they are continuing with this nganegwane, which makes absolutely no sense. So we saw no objections at all from the defense team. So we can only wait for the cross-examination to begin. October ends right here. This is how October went down with Gininda on the stand. It is continuing because Gininda still has another full week next week with no exams in sight. So it is a continuation. Good news as well. It sounds like the Umlungu Wetu returns again tomorrow at 9 a.m. to meet up with accused number 3 and 5. So they are moving nicely over there. Okay, it is cruising nicely. It's gone from Dololo Zwi for 4 years to now something going on. Shout out to Nisi Wemvula. Okay, he made the things happen. You see the cooking that goes on there with Nisi. You can see the meal and you can smell how good it is. So yeah, that is going to be pretty interesting. I wonder if that will be televised and when they will begin those proceedings. Wait a minute. When they do the proceedings, does that mean Judge Ratta's court will have to pause because they will have to be present in the other courtroom? Huh. Let me know in the comment section your thoughts on that, because wow, that's going to take an interesting turn. Okay, so let me end it here. Thanks so much. If you've made it this far in the video, you absolutely have my heart. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers. I can't even believe I am saying that. And you know it is only possible with you still watching, sharing, liking, commenting. Thanks so much. I really absolutely appreciate you. Catch you on my next upload.